truth is that, they had a piece 2 days ago that if they did any background and looked at historically where these torture techniques, including waterboarding, came from, they go back to the Spanish Inquisition, and we prosecuted people after World War II for waterboarding and the same kinds. I mean, we went after people for being war criminals for the very kinds of things we're now doing.
Yeah, they executed Japanese soldiers for it.
Yes.
And then they really learned it in the modern times from North Korea, from the Korean War, from what I've read. But you're right, it goes back to the Spanish Inquisition. Give us your website, Alan.
Alan.com.
Alan.com. You can't beat that. That's easy. Alan.com. I wish I had one that good. Stay there, my friend. We'll be right back. Final segment with Alan. Come straight ahead.
Are you concerned for the safety of your loved ones? Listen closely to this message from pepperspray.com. Every 22 seconds a violent crime is committed. America has changed, and your personal safety is your first priority. Be smart. Be safe. Trust pepper spray instead of your luck. Pepperspray.com is the only website you'll ever need for all of your non-lethal self-defense supplies. Pepperspray.com carries one of the largest assortments of pepper spray and personal safety products on the web. From big to small, we have it all. Pepper spray, mace, animal repellents, stun guns, and tasers. Pepperspray.com also carries a large assortment of products for personal, home, child, and pet safety. Enter SAFE in the coupon box and you'll receive a special discount off of your order. So what are you waiting for? Go to pepperspray.com. That's pepperspray.com or call 1-800-908-9988 today.
We've only got 5 minutes left with Alan Colmes. He's agreed to come back. Alan, during the break, we Googled together San Jose Mercury News, Washington Post, Obama backs Bush, no rights for Bagram prisoners, no Geneva Convention, no habeas corpus. So there you go. Do you agree with Obama on that? Alan. So you don't agree with him on that?
You are very good, Alex, at pulling out those particular instances where I don't agree with him. Does that mean I think but I still think he's doing a great job as president. There are going to be those areas where I disagree. You went after Bush, you went after Obama, you'll go after whoever's in office probably. But generally speaking, we have transparency in this administration like we did not have before. What I find amazing, here you have Obama releasing the torture memos. Cheney comes forward now and he says, let's release the stuff that shows the torture works. So all of a sudden you got Cheney calling for transparency when he's been quiet. This is not the most transparent vice president we've ever had, and now suddenly that Obama's president, he wants transparency.
No, I'm saying it was bad when Bush was doing it. It's bad now when Obama's doing it. He went back on
it was a lot worse when Bush was. At least with Obama, you have transparency. He's changing the tone. He's doing most of the things right. I don't agree with him on not going after the CIA people, and I don't agree with him with not giving detainees certain rights. Human rights attorneys also seem to agree with me on this. I'm a human rights guy. I don't like it. Again, but on balance, he's much better at this stuff than the last administration.
Okay, Alan, in the time we've got left, I got 2 final questions for you, and I really want you to answer these. I heard an audio clip online of you saying more power to the Bilderberg Group, but we've gotten some of their minutes. They've admitted they helped covertly set up the EU.
I was kidding. It was a sarcastic remark.
No, but do you remember 10 years ago when the media said Bilderberg Group didn't exist, and now... okay, so you were kidding about that, but
I said more power to him. Like, fine, leave me alone about it.
I understand now. What about hundreds of mainstream news articles saying New World Order and then defining it, a bank of the world that we pay carbon taxes to that controls the world's interest rates and currency values?
Look, Alex, I know that you believe conspiracy theorists will take over the world. I know you think that these groups we're all leading toward one world government. I don't think our sovereignty is in jeopardy as you might. I'm not terribly interested in the Bilderbergs. I'm not worried about them. It doesn't really interest me. I know we get calls about this all the time, but to me this is not a true threat to our sovereignty or democracy.
Well, Alan, I was joking with you in the break saying you're worried that conspiracy theorists will take over the world. My whole point is reality is going to win the day and tyranny is going to fail. The world is moving towards a lot of tyranny. I mean, wouldn't you say the world is in a trend towards tyranny and big government?
No, I think especially with Obama as the leader of the free world, we're headed in the opposite direction. I think when we had the last administration that believed in preemptive war, that believed in violating the Constitution to the extent that it did, that did not believe in habeas corpus, I believe during that administration we were much more in the direction of tyranny than we are now.
Okay, but Alan, certainly out in the open it was much worse. Now, because he's got a pretty face on it and well-spoken and does a few things like releasing a few of the memos, but then says, I agree with it, that it's going to get worse because he's slicker.
Don't agree with that.
Okay, fine. You don't agree with that, but here's the issue. Are they not announcing a new world order all over the news and saying it's exactly what we said it was, a private group of banks ruling the planet?
No. I don't think that. I mean, you believe there's this underbelly that really runs everything, and they're going to take over, and we're moving toward one world government. As I'm repeating myself, I am more sanguine about our ability to maintain our sovereignty. I'm not that stuff doesn't threaten me like it does you.
There's an overbelly. This is not an underbelly. I mean, this is the head here. This is not the belly with ticks crawling along it.
I don't have the fear that you do that this is what's going to happen.
Wait a minute. I mean, you're saying that they're not announcing, Times of London, Financial Times of London headline, and now for world government.
I think there are people who would, probably some people who would like it. There are people like you who probably fear it. I don't think it's a realistic fear.
Do you think global government would be a good thing?
No. No. I think it would be great to have a better relationship with even our enemies, but that doesn't mean global government. I like the fact that Obama's reaching out to our perceived enemies and actually touching them by shaking their hands and accepting their books and saying we should, hopefully next we'll release, or do away with the embargo in Cuba. I think those are all very good moves, but it doesn't mean one world government.
Allen.com, and you're on the radio weeknights, what is it, 9 to midnight?
10 to 1 Eastern.
When?
10 to 1 Eastern time.
10 to 1 Eastern, 9 to midnight Central. Hey, Obama did vote for basically total gun bans in the Senate when he was at the state in Illinois.
He is not banning guns. He's not taking away your ammunition. Your guns are safe. Your ammunition is safe. You don't have to go out and buy the next gun.
His Attorney General argued for the D.C.
Fine.
Will I be fine under the D.C. gun ban?
Not even a priority in this administration right now.
Will I be fine under right now under the D.C. gun ban? Will I be fine under that?
Yes. In fact, the less guns, the better.
So you support that, Alan? You're something else.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.